Hello students, today I am delivered the lecture about the CMOS fabrication. So basically CMOS is our complementary metal oxide semiconductor. So CMOS technology is well established in VLSI technology, and the CMOS fabrication technology, which requires both N channel and P channel transistors, which are built on the same chip substrate. So to accommodate both NMOS and PMOS devices on same type of chip substrate, special regions must be created in which the semiconductor type is opposite to the substrate type. So these regions are called the wells or tubs. So when P well is created in an A type of substrate and N well is created in P type of substrate. So basically when we create the N well in P type of substrate and N well is created for the PMOS transistors, and suppose we are making P well, then we will create in P type well, then it is create N well substrate, N type of substrate, and P well is created for the NMOS transistors. So according to that, basically we have create must special regions, but in twin tub CMOS technology, additional tubs of the same types as the substrate can also be created for the device optimization. So here we will study the different type of well process in CMOS fabrication. Basically 4 types are there: N well CMOS fabrication process, P well process, twin tub process, and silicon on insulator process. So in this, basically here I will fabricate steps in the CMOS devices in a different step way. First we have create the N well regions, then define the NMOS and NMOS active areas, then grown the field oxide, and again we will return the gate oxide. Then deposit and pattern the polysilicon layer for making the gate oxide electrodes. Then again we have implant the source and drain regions to heavily doped N plus P regions for the method of diffusion process for making the source and drain regions on the substrate. Then for making the electrical connections, we have making the contact cuts, open the windows, and again create contact windows, deposit and pattern, and finally the metallized portion and the end for the interconnecting layers for the interconnection processes. So these are the whole steps by which we have created the different type of adopt the methods of N well, P well, twin tub, silicon insulator process. These are the basic steps. So first I will discuss here the N well CMOS fabrication process. So I have discussed earlier that N well process, for first we have create the P type of substrate. So in the P type of substrate, basically we have adopt the P type wafer on which we have create the N well. So for making the N well by using the diffusion or ion implantation process. So the define the active areas by the masking step, then patterning the layer of the silicon nitride, and again we have used the silicon nitride over the thin layer of the thermal oxidation for relieving the mechanical stress over it. Here I will show here that we have flow the process of the silicon nitride for reducing the mechanical stress over the oxide of the thin oxide of the SiO2. So next we have considered the defined active areas by which we have process adapt for the active areas, because the active areas we have defined for the electrical isolation. It is the part of the electrical isolation scheme that prevents the electrical isolation, electrical conduction between the neighboring devices using of oxide as an insulator. So to achieve the isolation, first we have etched the silicon wafer, that is shows in the diagram. Then oxide is grown at the S regions, and once the oxide insulation is grown, the layers are removed to the exposed areas. When we remove the layers from the exposed areas, then this is like a same this type of thing is there, where only we have shows the oxide of the grown oxide layer and N well and P type of substrate. That is basically the surface preparation in 3.15F. Next step, for making the transistor process, we have introduced the gate electrodes, and before this we have introduced the gate oxide on the substrate surface area. So for this we have used the starting point is our growth of the gate oxide. Next, the polysilicon layer is deposited and patterned to form the transistor action, which is shown is the diagram where we use the introduce the polysilicon gate over the gate oxide layer. Then next step is our basically the create the polysilicon gate and adopt we have used the different masking schemes. For making the p type of transistors we have used the p mask, create a hardened photoresist and cover the NMOS transistor region and allow only the ion beam to the hit the annual regions or PMOS transistor regions. So ions are absorbed by the polysilicon layer but easily make it through the thin oxide layer to reach the silicon. So that is shows by in this process where we use the making the PMOS transistor on the annual regions by we have used the P mask. Using this P mask we have used the hardened photoresist on the masking of the NMOS transistors, and we have bombarded the boron ions. Then these ions are easily absorbed by the silicon layer by the oxide layer, and we have must create here the heavily doped PMOS source and drain regions for making of the PMOS transistor over the N region over the P type of substrate. So for making we have used the in another way at the same parallel side we have used the NMOS transistors. So for use the NMOS transistors we have used the N mask. For using this N masks, basically bombardment regions are adopted the same process before the below region, and according to that we have used this hardened photoresist on the p side region and bombarded on the heavily doped N plus ions on the making the NMOS transistors. So this is the way by which we have created the NMOS transistors on same type of substrate. After that, in regions we have basically used the interconnecting layers. So by we have used the chemical vapor deposition oxide layer coated on the particular surface, by which we have used this layer and make the electrical for making the electrical contacts from the N plus P plus regions. We have established the etching holes in the oxide using an active contact marks. So by then using this process we have used then in this particular CVD oxide layer we have first making the contact holes, then after that on it we have used the spread metal aluminum or copper or whole wafer and fill the holes. Now pattern is and remove the excess metal from it. So by this we have firstly created this particular, after removal of the excess metal we have used this particular diagram by which we have particularly shows that it is basically the create cover the whole regions of copper or metal oxide and pattern it, then it is generally create this type of basically annual CMOS process. And just when we create the P-well process here shown in the next diagram where we use the N plus regions are created for NMOS transistors in P-well region in the for making of the NMOS transistors, and parallelly we have create the PMOS transistors on the N type of substrate. So this is the diagram of the P-well NMOS transistor making. So in the next I will here discuss basically the twin tub process. So in the twin tub process technology basis we have use the basis of the separate automation of the P-type and N-type transistors. These making it possible for the threshold voltage, body effect and the gain associated with an N-type and P-type devices to be independently optimized. So for this reasons basically we have used the twin tub process. Here I will show here where the and first N-type substrate is used there. Over there we have used the epitaxial layer, and again we have used the different twin tub process. Means twin tub means annual pieces P-well process are we use the both technologies by the using the different previous schemes type and annual previous and CMOS fabrication process. These steps are we adopted here for making the twin tub process. So in this sequence process basically we have used with the starting material, this is our N plus or P plus type of substrate with a lightly doped epitaxy layer on it. So basically epitaxial layer we have grown on the N type of substrate by basically used for the protection against the latch up. And the aim of this epitaxy layer is basically the grown high purity silicon layer of the control thickness, which is basically accurately determined dopant concentration distributed homogeneously over the layer. So, in the process sequence which is similar to the annular process, apart from the twin tub formation, both P-wall and N-wall utilize the following steps. These steps are basically use the first making of the tub formation, then thin oxide concentrations, then source and drain implantations by the ion implantation process, then we use the contact curves for making of the windows, and finally use the integrating layer by the use of the metallization, and then we will take out the electrical connections for making of the particular process. So, these are the basic steps of the twin tub formation process. We have used the twin tubs are making separately for device obturation for the PMOS and NMOS transistors on a same substrate. And next we will use the fourth step, that is basically the silicon on insulator. So, silicon on insulator process have basically several potential difference over the traditional CMOS technologies. These includes basically the closer packing of the NMOS or PMOS transistors, absence of the latch-up problems, and lower parasitic substrate capacitance. These are the basically fulfill the process of the silicon on insulator, and these the basic steps which are basically same of the previous steps. So, we have used the different steps for the silicon on insulator process as making our previous steps of annual PVL and CMOS twin tub processes are there. So, I will stop here, and next lecture I will discuss the basically the electrical properties of the CMOS structure. Thank you.